Evolve your game and get a $100 bonus. Sign up now at TVG.com.
And he will be sharing the same lengthy layoff as we miss Artie, with 6 weeks since his last start, that being the Sunland Derby back on March 23rd. So T2 going to be heading to the post, probably as a big price, and I think going to be involved early on. Maybe not. But,
well, he'll be involved. I'm not sure if he's going to, try to blaze out there in 22-4 and 45 and change. I mean, I'm sure they're hoping that they can sit and get him to relax a little bit and not have to go that fast. But with the Henny Hughes blood on top, mile and a quarter just might be too long for this horse.
Yeah, G2, big price, 20 to 1 there on the morning line. Let's go to another 20 to 1 shot who will be having his third start since less than a month ago. April 4th, and that's Medal Count, who was a very good winner in the Grade 3 Transylvania that was taken off the turf at Keeneland, and this is a look here back at the Bluegrass where he finishes a good second, only beaten a length in 3/4 when all was said and done.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad race at all. It was right there as they turned for home. Ended up being passed by Dance with Fate late. Kind of had a probably didn't ever have the lead in this race, but was right there right when Dance with Fate was starting to go by him, and he battles, loses by less than 2 lengths, but that was a quick wheel back too, to race on 8 days rest and still come on and have that much energy at the wire, and now he has to wheel back again in less than a month. But Medal Count is a horse that will probably show up on some of my superfecta tickets.
And Robbie Alvarado will be riding 3 for 7 lifetime, has earned over $261,000. Next up is a horse who I think has a big chance, and that's Tapiture, up on the morning line at odds of 15 to 1, and on the adjusted morning line down to 12 to 1. Last time out, finished 4th in the Arkansas Derby, but two-back was involved in that bumping in the stretch back in the Grade 2 Rebel at Oaklawn on March 15th, and was only beaten a half a length. That was as your 2 to 1 favorite that day, as he was heading into that race off of his impressive win in the Grade 3 Southwest.
Yeah, watch him trying to get through in the white cap. Ricardo Santana Jr., who had been his regular rider up to that point. He lost them out in the Arkansas Derby, but he has it back for the Kentucky Derby. But he is getting bounced around like a pinball there in mid-stretch, and still would gut it out to finish second. And then he came back and had that wide trip last time out in the Arkansas Derby at Oaklawn. And because he got 4th last time, he's going to be an overlooked horse in the Kentucky Derby. Had he been maybe 1st or 2nd in the Arkansas Derby, he would be maybe your 2nd or 3rd choice in the Kentucky Derby. But off of that last race, people may forgot of how good he was in that stretch duel 2 starts back in the Rebel. So 12 to 1, you might get even a little bit more than that.
He's going to be a big use for me on Saturday.
I agree.
Take a look here at Stephen Asmussen's Kentucky Derby finishes, and we have, well, the good second back in 2011 with Nero, and then Curlin, 3rd in the Derby that year. We all know what Curlin went on to do.
Right, and he did not win the Kentucky Derby, but ended up being the Horse of the Year. It's always tough to win your first Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
It would be nice for him to do it here with Tapiture. Yeah, I'm not throwing that horse out. I'm going to try to eliminate about half the field. He's a horse that I cannot eliminate.
He's going to be a big use for me, and so is this next horse we're going to talk about. That's number 16, Intense Holiday, going from post position 15. Johnny Velasquez for Todd Pletcher, 2nd last time out in the Grade 2 Louisiana Derby. Now, Vickers in trouble, went wire to wire this day, but you can see Intense Holiday kind of lugging in there. It almost looks like he bounced off the rail that afternoon. Ends up finishing 2nd, 3.5 lengths behind Vickers in trouble that day, and then a length and a half ahead of Commanding Curve.
It was just tough to beat front runners going 2 turns this day at the fairgrounds, and I think Mike Smith knew it. So from the rail that day, he had to keep him in position. He was only down a length and a half early, and that took this horse kind of out of his game because he likes to lay back. I was there at the fairgrounds when he won the Risen Star by a nose under Mike Smith, and that's the type of trip that they want to get with him. Sit back, make that one late run.
Do you think maybe he bounced a little bit off of that big win last out?
I just think they raced him differently because of the way the track was playing. They kind of had to take him out of his game, and he could have bounced a little bit as well.
Yeah. Well, back to the Bayou Blues graphic here, as Intense Holiday is one of the 3 coming out of the Louisiana Derby, and one of these 3 runners, all 3 of these runners, looking to become the 2nd, or I should say the 3rd horse coming out of Louisiana Derby, or the Louisiana Derby. Well, Vickers in trouble looks to go on to be the winner, obviously, as do the other 2.
But of those 3 horses that are coming out of that race, I like Intense Holiday the best.
Okay.
Do you as well?
Yeah,
Sounds like you
I do. Commanding Curve, I think, has a big shot. And if Ficker's in trouble, can somehow maybe work out a trip or rating from the inside and behind horses, maybe that's going to be a big help. But as you took a look back there, just 2 Grindstone, and then we go back to Black Gold back in 1996.
Long time ago, yeah.
Wow.